So hello, I have been trying to figure out something to record for like a while now. I have started a couple of videos and just never got past the intro. I have a video that I am been currently working on that I'll still keep working on. But I started to do like a Stephen King in a week and I didn't do that. I was trying to do maybe a 24-hour readathon today, but I got out from work later than I was planning to. So not doing that anymore because I really wanted to read much today just because my boyfriend's not home. But if I start now, which it's, I think it's like 3 something. Yeah, it's 3:30, so that means I would keep going until 3:30 tomorrow, which most likely won't happen, or I most likely won't read at all tomorrow, so I scratched that. So for this video, I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go back to doing like maybe Stephen King, but then I realized how many library books I have. I don't really know how I got like this. Actually, wait, I do. I had some library books, and then there was one day I was waiting to kill some time to go get groceries, and I just picked up a bunch. So I have this stack of library books that I need to read. So I was planning on my Stephen King video, which I was supposed to read, but I didn't. I was gonna do Night Shift, which is the next in my publication order. I also have Mr. Mercedes, which I picked up randomly. I think it's okay so far. I have realized that I like his horror stuff more than I like the true crime, so we'll see about that. And then I have all these. So I had Book People because I was supposed to read this in my last video, which I didn't, and I still haven't picked it up. It takes me a while to get into Emily Henry, but once I do, like, I can't stop reading. I don't know, it has happened to literally every single book that I've read by her. And then what I'm currently reading is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I just finished recently, like I finished in like a day and a half, was None of This Is True, which my friend told me to read months ago, but I was waiting for the library book. And I was like 300 something in line, I think, and I finally got it, so I finally read it. And I enjoyed it so much that I'm reading this one. I did get the audio CD for my car, but judging by how like kind of short the chapters are, I might finish it and probably not even read it. I listened to it a little bit on my way home from the library today, but I don't plan on going anywhere else, so this might just be a reading. And then I also have the audiobook from it's like whatever Scrib's new name is, like Everand or something like that. So this is my main priority just because I'm liking it so much. And then I picked up The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd Jones randomly because I loved The Bone Houses, which I have somewhere on these shelves, which I plan on like kind of rereading that one maybe, because from what I remember, that book is about like the undead, but they call them like bone houses. So I remember enjoying it, so I picked up this one. And then I also picked up On Location, which was in a section of like romance books, and I thought it sounded cool. And then I was looking through CD audiobooks, I think, and I saw this book, Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, and it's literally, I guess everyone's killed someone. Now it's this person's turn to kill somebody. So I got this. So I have 7 books to read, and so that's what I'm gonna try and do this week. So we are going to, I cleaned a little bit. I kind of got most of that out of the way already because I wanted to do that before I started filming. So we are going to get back into The Family Upstairs and see how more we think of it. So I'm trying to prop you up on my, trying to prop you up on my blanket. So I just got to page 100, which is chapter 19, and usually what I like to do is in certain books try to get to like 100 pages like a day for books, but I'm really enjoying this one. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pick out one of my other books and start to read that one a little bit, and if I'm not really into it as much, I'll just go back to this one. So I grabbed Night Shift. I'm not sure if I'm going to try and get into this one, but I really need to get back into my Stephen King thing. But I grabbed The Drowned Woods too, just in case, just because this is YA and it won't take me as long to read 100 pages, which is It's only about like this much. So, and it doesn't seem like there's oh, there are chapters. So that's 7 chapters if I decide to read this one. If I decide to read Night Shift, I already started to read a little bit, but I'm only on page 4. So if I do get to page 100, it starts on a new story. But there's 20 stories in here. So that's kind of cool. So no, because that one kind of ended a little bit off 100 pages, but for the most part it's 100 pages. So that's kind of cool. So if I get there, let's see, I have 4 stories if I get to 100. So for the first story, it seems like it's letters to someone, which I think I'm going to, which I've only read technically 1 page, so I'm just going to start from the beginning again. So I think we're going to start with Night Shift and see how it goes and just go from there. Hello and happy Monday. I did end up finishing The Family Upstairs yesterday. I really enjoyed this book, and I think Lisa Jewell is becoming one of my favorite authors. I have already requested the 2nd book in this series, and I think I'm number 2 in line, so it might be a little bit of a wait for that one. So I'm not going to return all these books yet, just because I don't want to have to go every day. But I did realize that Night Shift is actually due on Thursday, and I read a little bit on Saturday, but I didn't read it all yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and try and read as much as I can today and try to get it done by Thursday, which I think we can. I definitely think we might read something else too at the same time. But I'm thinking out of all of them, probably On Location, because I might need some romance in between the dark stories that we're going through. So the first story in Night Shift is Jerusalem's Lot, which I'm liking so far just because it is tying into Salem's Lot. So I like it so far. I'm only on the first story. I didn't realize how long the stories are, because the more I get into this one, I'm like, okay, it's almost done, and it's not. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep trying to read that. I'm currently cooking dinner right now. I at least want to try and get through at least 1 or 2 stories today, because we gotta bump things up a little bit because it's taking us way too long for this book. We're adding some books to this video. I completely forgot that I think on Saturday I requested The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. I saw Haley Pham reading this, and I have read Rachel Hawkins before, which I think was like The Wife Upstairs. I wasn't a big fan of that book, but I wanted to try and give her another chance. I heard this is like a thriller and it's 2 point of view, so that's cool, but she also said I think one POV is better than the other one. I think it's this one. I could be completely wrong, but we're gonna give that one a chance. And then I got the CD book for Everyone in My Family Has Killed Somebody. So, and then when I realized that I was in there, that I should have gotten Turned the Family Upstairs, but I forgot, so whatever. So I got this because I found the book through this one, but I didn't want to get it unless I had the book. But now that I have the book, I'm gonna get this. And then I saw this book, it looked really cool, was The House of Last Resort. So we're adding this 2 new books, and we might end up not even getting through the Night Shift because I am struggling so hard to get through that first story that I might either end up just skipping it to go to the next one, or I'm not sure yet. I might just have to just return it and then wait for my turn again. Oh, hello and happy Thursday. I have read a little bit, but I haven't read too much. I did have to return Night Shift to the library today because someone else needed it, so I'm putting that one on hold for now, and then I'm gonna go back to it. I'm going to figure out what I think I might just go on to the next Stephen King book, which I believe is The Stand. So I already have that one, so I might go ahead, which I already have that one, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably get into that maybe next week. I do have a video idea where I want to do like Stephen King for a week, so I might do that next. So I have been listening to Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone in the car with my audio CD, and I am thoroughly enjoying it so far. I kind of like that it's, so we just got through the brother, now we're on his stepsister, and it's like him, it's like the actual, like the person's telling every stories before he gets to his story. So it kind of feels like third person, where it's like he's like breaking like the fourth wall, talking to us kind of thing. So I'm really enjoying this. I did have to go to the library today and pick up The Family Remains, which is the sequel to The Family Upstairs. And I think this one's about a detective like trying to figure out what's going on. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to go, and I don't know if I want to read this one or if I want to keep going with My Sister Killed Someone. I do have to borrow my grandma's car this weekend for work, and she doesn't have a CD thing in hers because apparently newer cars don't have that in there. So I'm not going to have the audio CD all weekend. I haven't looked to see for the audiobook for this one if they even have one. They're pretty sure they do. So I might just look that up. But I think for today, I think I'm going to try to do my 100 pages with this one. And if I do make it, I'm going to go ahead and get this one. Good morning. So I'm about to get ready for work, and I thought I'd update you on some things that's happening. I tried to curl or braid my hair last night like I do when my hair was longer. It didn't work out the same, which I honestly didn't think it was going to, but at least now we know that it won't. So I've been reading, I just haven't been filming. Excuse the wetness on the shirt. I just finished washing my hair, or washing my face and doing all that fun stuff. So I am now on chapter, oh actually I think I read it. I've been reading this on Everend for the ebook. So I am now on chapter 15, and I'm actually really enjoying this book. It's going a little bit, I feel like sometimes it goes a bit slow, and then sometimes it like picks up the pace. So I feel like I always feel like I've made like a big dent in the book, and then it turns out I haven't. So that's been fun. Today is April 30th. I have read, so it's April 30th, and I have read 4 books this month. I don't think I'm gonna get to the 6 like I normally try to do a month, but I think that's okay. I am going to try and read as much as I can today after I get off. I'm definitely going to listen to the book on the way to work, and then I will read a little bit while I'm at work. I'll just use my ebook instead of like bringing the book with me. And so that way we can at least try and get another book down. I am trying to finish as much as I can this week. Luckily I don't have to set up on Saturday, so Saturday I'm definitely going to film my March wrap up, which I didn't do because I just wasn't really wanting to film at that time. And then I also need to film my April wrap up. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do 2 separate videos or if I'm just going to do one long video and just kind of skim through March and then go more into detail in what I read in April. I'm not sure yet. I guess it's going to really depend when I actually film it. Might be a chance that I do that later today because I'm not cooking dinner. My roommate is, so I guess we're just going to see what happens. So I'm gonna finish. I got up early today, so I'm gonna finish getting ready, and then I'm most likely going to try and read a little bit. Okay, so I don't know when the last time I updated y'all was, but it is taking me forever to get through this book. I am now on chapter 34, and there's not very many chapters left. It looks like there's 41 chapters. And I feel, I mean, it's not a bad book. It's a good book, but I feel like it is taking forever. And I don't know what it is in me. I cannot DNF this for some reason because I want to keep reading. And I can't put it down to read something else. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm almost done with it. But I'm like, I'm tired of it at the same time. I feel like I can't stop reading it because I like it, but I want to stop reading it because I don't like it. I don't know how the feelings that I'm having right now, but it's kind of messing with me a little bit. I am completely redoing this outro because this book messed with me so much that in this video I forgot I finished a book. So I thought I didn't finish anything these past 2 weeks, but I did. So I am now redoing this outro because the last one was kind of a mess anyways. So I did read 2 books for this video, which I read The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I am enjoying her books a lot. I haven't started the second one yet, but I have it in my rotation to hopefully read this week. And the other book that I read was Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. And the last clip that you see from this video is me kind of having a little bit of, let's say, a breakdown of it because of this book, but just so confused that I don't even know what my thoughts are still of this book, because I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time. Like, I wanted to stop reading, but I wanted to keep reading. I think I gave this a 3 stars. I'm just, at this moment, I don't know how I feel about it, and so hopefully in my May wrap up, which I know for sure I read this in April, I know for sure I read this in May, so this will be in my May wrap up, but I did finish this one in April, which I technically didn't do a April or a March wrap up just because I was going through a time. I was going through a little bit where I wasn't really wanting to film just because how busy work was. So hopefully you will get a May wrap up. I don't know. I don't want to promise something that I don't end up doing. And I don't want to end up not filming again for 5 years. So 2 books is good because I think every single video that I film, I read 2 books in those videos. So I guess we're just keeping on theme here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and I will see y'all next time.